Giannis in Milwaukee taking on the top team in the Western Conference. Part of an all-access day. A revelatory, revealing few hours for those still getting familiar with a team that's no longer a secret and getting to know the players that are top dogs in the Western Conference inside the Minnesota uniforms.
Don't sweat the technique.
Get it down. Get it down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Timberwolves are standing on business right now.
We're number one in the West, and we're winning at a high level. If everybody stays healthy, I think we're going to be a problem.
Don't sweat the technique.
Oh, let's go, let's go.
Timberwolves win, putting the league on notice.
You got the ball players, big team.
The Bucks are now 3-7 under Doc Rivers.
He came into a situation that was a little bit demoralizing. It's gotten worse.
It's been difficult.
We got to stay with it, man. Weather the storm.
We got to want it like our life is depending on it.
Oh, Giannis Antetokounmpo with authority.
A great freak scam. Still got room to grow. Still got plans to go. Stay pose. Same time.
Anthony Edwards, skies.
That's probably my best dunk of my career.
Never sweat the technique.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. From Minneapolis, where the success of this year's Timberwolves team is conjuring up images of 2004, the last time they went to the Western Conference Finals. And welcome, everyone, inside Mark Jones courtside, along with Richard Jefferson, Katie George joining us in just a minute. Rivers, as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups delivered by Taco Bell. For the visitors, Dame Lillard, the All-Star Game MVP, Beasley in the backcourt, Crowder in place of Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez on the front line. For the home crew, Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns made an All-Star appearance as well. And in the 5, Rudy Gobert.
Looks like they're going to try and review this.
Waiting to see if the green light comes on. Still no light. We'll take a timeout, though, back after this. Hey, our ABC Sunday Showcase doubleheader has Giannis and the Bucks squaring off against Tyrese Maxey and the 76ers then. Kevin Durant and the Suns hosting LeBron and the Lakers. Our coverage tips with NBA Countdown 12:30 Eastern Time. Richard, look forward to listening to you on that game. The challenge. That's the end of the first 12 minutes of play. The Bucks lead by 4. Brook Lopez with 12 points in that opening quarter.
And the battle of the bigs, Cap going down low. Working it. Brook Lopez, one of his 4 threes in the first quarter. Right now, Bucks up by 4.
Brought to you by Old Spice.
You got the big fella stepping away, creating floor spacing. Another one. Give him one more, big fella. 4 threes in the first 10 minutes of play for Brook Lopez. That hand shot. A-Rod loves it. Coming up next, we're going to talk with the future owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And a timeout called by the Milwaukee Bucks. 7-point lead. We have NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC and the ESPN. Now, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks hosting Jason Tatum in the Eastern Conference leading Celtics. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Tantalizingly close. And that's the end of the first half of play. Anthony Edwards with 12 points. Giannis with 15. The first place team in the Western Conference facing the former league MVP and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Edwards got enough to feed the needy tonight. Back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. Minneapolis aglow at night. As we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Ford, the Timberwolves shooting 45% from the field. Milwaukee, 45% as well. But the number that really pops off the page at you, boy, the Timberwolves doing a great job on the offensive glass with 23 second chance points. Mark Jones chopping it up courtside with Richard Jefferson. Katie George joining us in just a bit. Richard, when you look at the first half and what happened with the first place in the Western Conference Timberwolves, what's the one impression that stays with you?
Well, it's just one when we're talking about the Timberwolves is their chemistry. You can see their defensive chemistry, but also their offensive chemistry. It's been impressive here. Watch this screen by Karl Anthony Towns. He gets the ball, and look, he's a scorer. Scored 60 points this year, but he's got his eyes up. He's looking at that big, and here are the Bucks. We talk about their improved defense. Watch Giannis. Giannis is just traveling. If you want to attack the Bucks, you want to attack before they get their half-court defense set. And here, Anthony Edwards doesn't see a lot of resistance, able to get downhill and get an and one. So if you're the Bucks, you got to continue improving your intensity on defense. And if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, pretty much just keep doing what you've been doing.
Towns fell on top of him. We got a timeout.
And just here, another transition opportunity. Here, Malik Beasley finishes it. The Bucks with a 1-point lead early in the third.
NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by Walt Disney World Resort. The most
one pass, one shot, and now all of a sudden, Dame Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks on a 12-0 run.
Brought to you by Chime.
Right now, we're going to take a look at this run by the Milwaukee Bucks. It starts with Giannis in the three. Then here, great move there by Dame Lillard. That is as tough of a shot as you're going to find. Then here, one of his 9 assists to Pat Connaughton in the corner. The Bucks look good coming off of that second half, that break that they had, that loss that they had against Memphis. I guarantee you a lot of this energy right now is because they didn't end the All-Star break the way they wanted to.
But for the first 3 quarters of play, the Milwaukee Bucks with a big bounce back for the first 3 quarters. Malik Beasley lighting up the Minneapolis night. Hey. Shake that moneymaker as the Timberwolves gain a little bit of momentum when we come back.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, Doc Rivers' mandate was to improve the defense of the Milwaukee Bucks, and that's exactly what he's doing here tonight.
Yeah, look, Brook Lopez, all defensive player, having an impact tonight. When you look at it right now, they're holding the Minnesota Timberwolves to 32% from 3 and 39% from the field. And here it is. They're just not giving up any easy opportunity. And they're holding Karl Anthony Towns and Ant to 11 of 36. So they're doing it with the stars. They're doing it overall as a team, and that's what it's going to take. They know what they're capable of, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Hey, Sunday night on ESPN, we have a fantastic NBA doubleheader for you. Steph and the Warriors host Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets at 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific time. And then De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento Kings squaring off against Kawhi and the Clippers. Our coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Timeout. The lead has been sliced to 6.
And here we talked about big offensive possessions. If you are not up on the big fella, he will make you pay. And then just the emotion from the young Wolves.
Down the first foul shot to lead up to 5. Hey, tomorrow night we have an NBA Saturday primetime on ABC and the ESPN app. Jalen Brunson and New York hosting Jason Tatum and the Eastern Conference leading Boston Celtics. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Antetokounmpo leading the way with 33 points, Lillard with 21. Several players in double figures for the Milwaukee Bucks. Wasn't too little, it was a big performance for the visitors tonight as part of our all-access look at the Timberwolves. Richard Jefferson and Katie George. I'm Mark Jones saying good night from Minneapolis.